Good day to my viewers. So last few times I talked about depression, about how to deal with negativity, and today I'm going to talk about a specific type of depression, which is vegan depression. So what is so special about depression of vegans? Vegans, they become vegan, they stop eating animal products one day, not because they don't like it anymore, for some reason, because their personal preferences change. They make such a shift in their lifestyle and diet because they learn some horrific things which they never knew before. So they learn about animal abuse, how many billions of animals are suffering and killed every year, how industries treat them, and how everybody don't care about it, and like we live normal lives, care about normal things like career, friendships, money, and these things. And then all of a sudden we realize that we live in a world of lies. Like from our childhood we were lied that we require animal products, that we'll die without them, that animals die painlessly, all those things. And then we realize such a huge conspiracy to hide these things from consumers, to dupe them into feeling that this is all okay. And still we live in a world where nobody, very few people know the truth or care to know the truth. So these realizations, they just struck us in the head, like we don't know what to believe anymore and how to perceive the world where these things are allowed. So this is another existential crisis vegans experience. They feel like strangers in the foreign land where nobody understands them, nobody speaks their language, and they cannot convey their message to anybody. And like even when we try to get distracted by other things, for example, think about career, life, relationships, everything, still in the back of our minds we have this animal issue. Oh my god, I'm enjoying here watching TV and animals are suffering. So many animals right now are slaughtered, thousands of them. Oh my god. And we really feel compelled to do something about it, but at the same time we feel powerless, like we feel that this problem is too huge, too enormous, that we are just one human, cannot do much, and this feeling of helplessness just makes this depression even more severe. This depression actually has a name now. A vegan psychologist from Australia, Clare Mann, she coined the term Vystopia for this condition. It comes from the word dystopia, which is the opposite of utopia. So utopia is a fantasy land where everything is good, where people and animals, everybody live together, and there are no wars, no poverty, no suffering. And dystopia is the opposite. Maybe you saw films about a dystopia where life is so gloomy, there is no hope, and government just does horrific things to its citizens. So dystopia plus vegan equals Vystopia. So that's how the term was created. And actually we already live in a dystopia for animals, because what the system built for animals is million times worse than anybody could imagine in a dystopia for humans. And it also causes degradation of environment, this animal industries, and we live in a world where corporations just govern everything, where desire to profit for as much as possible, it seems more important than any other values, human values, than ethics, so it is dystopia, but it is hidden from us, and only vegans see this. And that's why they suffer. They try to tell others, see with the system we're living in, they say, oh, who cares, they're just animals and everything is fine, it's meant to be that way. So this is really difficult. If you are a vegan, if you understand me. If you are not, but you have vegan friends, family members, or somebody you know, maybe you will understand them better, why they suffer, why they just seem to cry for no reason when they eat out with you, and you eat steak, and we don't see steak, we see just this blood, these cutting throats, these huge slaughterhouses. So yeah, it's quite difficult, and living with dystopia is very, very difficult. And we invent ways to cope with it. And the best thing to cope with it is to do some activism, to spread the message, to educate other people about what's going on, to normalize veganism. Yeah, and just end this animal suffering, not in our lifetime, but to start this movement and to develop it, and to hope that somewhere, hopefully in this century, slaughterhouses will be closed down. That's the hope. That's what we are fighting for. And another way, as I said, just try to live normal life, ignore negativity, try not to notice, but it will still come to mind of a vegan. Once you know the truth, once you allow it into your heart, it's always there. You always know what's going on. You cannot be indifferent. You can forget about it, just care about other things, but it's always there in the back of mind. So that's the reality of vegans living in this non-vegan world. I hope you learned something new from this video, and thank you for watching, and see you in next videos. Bye bye.